I am in an excruciating line here to park at the Orange County Convention Center for the 2015 InfoComm show. It's just amazingly slow. I've been in the line a half an hour. It'll probably be 10 minutes before I get to the point where I can pay somebody $15 for the privilege of parking on a grassy field in the baking sun. I've then got to walk 5 to 10 minutes to get a bus, which then crawls around the convention center for about 20 minutes to let me off at the hall where the show is. Just amazingly disorganized and inconsiderate of the attendees here at the InfoComm show. All these people are pulling up to I think there's 3 open booths where you can pay. This huge line of cars all creeping toward the pay booths to park. Then on the other side of this, it all narrows down, I think, to one lane where we all have to funnel into one lane, creepingly slow, to finally get to our parking destination here in the parking lot. And I pulled into this line a couple of minutes after 8. It's now 8:38, so I've been in this line at least 35 minutes, and I'm still not up to the point where I can pay for the privilege of parking in the hot Orlando sun. I was mistaken. There's actually 4 pay stations. So on the other side of this pay station, the 4 lanes will converge to 1, and then we can actually get to our parking spot. It's 8:43. I finally paid. I've just rolled out of the pay station. Now all these lines of traffic are going to converge into a single lane to allow us to get to our spots where we park. So it's now 8:43. I've been in this line for at least 40 minutes. Now we've narrowed down to 2 lanes, and there's a person up there in a yellow vest. I think it's a woman, and she is metering. First one lane, then the other lane gets to go up the aisle to get to where the parking is. Oh, she's allowing cars to go 2 different directions. Well, she allowed one car to go 2 different directions. And now we're all in our single lane here to park. Stopped, I might add. And the time, if you can see it there, is 8:46. Okay, here we all are getting to park on the grass way out from the building. I would estimate the building is about 300 yards from this location where we're parking. The time is now 8:49. I'm here at the convention center parking. I've actually parked. That's my car there parked. And I would guess that I'm about 300 yards from the building. It says south up there. That says South Concourse. So I'm going to walk to the building. Now, once I'm at the building, I'm not actually where I want to be. The InfoComm show is in the West Concourse, not the South Concourse. So I have to walk over there in the blazing sun, and it is hot and humid here in Orlando. And once I'm there at the South Concourse, I have to catch a bus that will slowly go around the building. Now, I got here at 8:49, so that's actually a little faster into my parking space after paying than I thought it would be. But still, that's more than 45 minutes after I first turned into the parking line here at the convention center. And now that just gives me the privilege of walking to the building where I have to catch a bus to get where I actually want to be. Now walked up to the building, you can see it clearly says South Concourse. And this is the InfoComm bus. So I'm going to get on the bus, and it's going to take me to the West Concourse, which is where the show actually is. We're now on the bus, creeping around the building, and still a ways to go before we are at the West Hall. I mentioned that when I parked, it was 8:49 a.m. Now it's 9:01, and we're stopped at a light. Still not to the West Hall where I can actually get out. It's 9:05, and the bus is still lumbering around the convention center building. I had a 9 o'clock appointment, but I guess I'm going to be a little bit late for that. Looks like we'll be there in a couple of minutes, though. It's 9:07 and it looks like we are just arriving. We'll be pulling in here alongside the building in a moment.
She's got some ideas.
It's just dropped me off. There's the bus. And here's the convention center. I get to go into the convention center. However, this is not where the InfoComm show is. Nope, to get to the InfoComm show, you have to go up this escalator here and then do some more walking. So first, let's go up the escalator. Okay, we've arrived at the top of the escalator. And now we have to walk through this musty smelling corridor here to get to another corridor. Then we got to go through these doors and then down a long corridor, and only then are we getting close to the show, but not actually at the show. Okay, now we're in the second part of the corridor, and at least it doesn't smell musty here. And also from here you can see the show. You're tantalizingly close to the show, but you're not actually there yet. There's still quite a bit of walking to do. Okay, we're at the end of the long corridor. We make a right turn. We can still see the InfoComm show down there, but can't get to it yet. And now we come into a big atrium. And look, more escalators. Down more escalators. And I'm now at the bottom of this escalator. And finally, only finally, can I get into the InfoComm show. It's now 9:12. And from the point where I turned into the parking lot line, it's been maybe an hour and 5 or hour and 7 minutes. A long, long time to get here.